Surrounding you at every moment is an unseen, unfelt dominion, a silent, invisible field that you can sense without ever needing to lay eyes upon it. Have you ever stepped across the threshold of a room and felt an immediate, inexplicable shift in the atmosphere? A strange and potent vibe that hangs in the air? Or perhaps you have encountered a stranger who, without uttering a single syllable, seemed to siphon your very life force, leaving you feeling utterly drained and hollow. If you have known these moments, then you have already brushed against the fabric of this profound reality, touching the very edge of a world that exists just beyond sight, even if you failed to recognize it for what it was. The fundamental truth, long veiled in skepticism, is that this subtle energy is no mere myth, no fanciful tale reserved for enlightened gurus meditating on remote mountaintops. It is, in fact, a natural, intrinsic extension of your own consciousness, a force as real and as present as the wind that rustles the leaves without ever revealing its form. This energy permeates the entirety of existence, flowing through and around everything we know. And here lies the profound secret that has remained unspoken for far too long. You possess the innate ability not only to feel this force, but to command it, to shape it with your will. The primary obstacle, the first great barrier that prevents you from accessing this incredible power, is not found in the external world around you, but deep within the confines of your own mind. It is the insidious belief that such a feat is simply not possible. For untold centuries, the very concept of manipulating energy has been deliberately shrouded in deep and impenetrable mystery, presented as a sacred art reserved for a select and chosen few. Yet, the hidden truth, a wisdom that ancient traditions have guarded jealously, is that the perception of energy is not some esoteric gift bestowed upon the lucky at birth, but a skill that can be cultivated, a faculty that can be trained through dedicated practice. If you have ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable chill that had no relation to the temperature of the room, or a strange, inexplicable tingling that danced across the skin of your hands, or even a subtle, insistent pressure that manifested in the center of your forehead for no apparent reason, then congratulations are in order. These are not random somatic events. They are clear and undeniable proof that your body is already attuned, already picking up distinct signals from the vast energy field that envelops you. Welcome to the Arcane Vault, a place of deeper understanding. The only piece missing from this intricate puzzle is the knowledge of how to consciously interpret these signals and how to deliberately direct the flow of this energy. You are in a constant, unending dialogue with energy, a perpetual interaction that occurs whether you are aware of it or not. When you enter a space and are immediately struck by a palpable heaviness in the air, when a single fleeting glance sends a cascade of shivers down the length of your spine, or when the mere presence of a person near you radiates an overwhelming sense of profound peace without them ever speaking a word. All of these moments are undeniable expressions of this subtle, pervasive energy. Now that the realization has dawned that energy is not only real, but that you possess the capacity to feel it, the time has come to take the pivotal next step, learning to activate it with conscious intent. The most elementary and yet most profoundly powerful method to achieve this is through your own breath. Does that sound too basic, too simple to be true? Perhaps. But what nobody ever explains is that breathing is a far more complex and sacred act than merely drawing oxygen into your body and expelling it. It is the mystical bridge, the sacred link that connects your mind, your body, and your energy field into a unified whole. To control your breath is to gain access to a secret control panel within your own being, a panel that grants you the power to regulate your entire internal state, the physical, the emotional, and the energetic. The central problem is that nearly everyone in the modern world breathes incorrectly, shallowly and inefficiently. If you take a moment to observe sleeping babies, you will witness the natural, effortless way they breathe. You will see their small bellies rise and fall with a gentle, deep rhythm. However, as we age, as the tensions and traumas of life accumulate within our tissues, we begin to breathe shallowly, engaging only the upper portion of our chests. The tragic result of this is a weak, constricted, and often blocked flow of energy. If you were to imagine your energy as a mighty river, your breath would be the powerful current that drives its waters forward. Without a strong, deep, and steady current, you are destined to feel perpetually tired, hopelessly unfocused, and hopelessly trapped within the confines of automated, unconscious routines. Let us now endeavor to change that, to reclaim your power. Let us engage in a quick and potent practice of abdominal breathing, designed specifically to awaken your dormant energy. Grant yourself a moment of stillness. Close your eyes and attempt the following exercise. Inhale with deliberate slowness through your nose, allowing your belly to expand as if you were inflating a balloon deep within you. For a fleeting second, hold that breath, and in that stillness, shift your entire focus to the very center of your chest. Now, exhale with equal slowness through your mouth, vividly imagining that with each outward breath, you are releasing any and all tension, any and every energetic blockage that resides within you. Persist in this cycle for 5 to 10 minutes, paying meticulous attention to any new or different sensations that arise within the landscape of your body. If you perform this practice with genuine intent, you may very well begin to feel a spreading warmth, a gentle tingling, or even a faint, rhythmic internal pulsation. These are the very first signs, the initial whispers, that your own energy is stirring, beginning to move at your command. Let's now introduce a new layer to this practice, a detail that will transform this simple exercise into a truly profound, energetic release. As you inhale, visualize a brilliant, cleansing light entering your body along with the air, spreading its luminescence to every cell, every fiber of your being. Then, as you exhale, release the air with a powerful intention that any and all weight, all tension, all negative energy is being expelled from your system along with it. If you wish to intensify this experience even further, try placing your hands with gentle pressure on the center of your chest, the domain of the heart, or on your lower abdomen, the seat of your root chakra. This simple, physical addition serves to help direct the flow of energy with greater precision, guiding it exactly where you want it to go. Should you commit to this practice on a daily basis, something quite extraordinary might begin to unfold. You may experience more intense and frequent sensations of inner warmth or deep internal vibration. You might develop a heightened sensitivity, an almost psychic ability to pick up on the vibes emanating from places or people. You may be gifted with sudden, inexplicable moments of profound mental and emotional clarity that seem to arise from nowhere. Rest assured, this is not a mere coincidence. You are, quite literally, re-establishing a conscious and powerful connection with your own intrinsic energy system. The very same energy that once flowed in a weak and chaotic trickle now begins to respond with precision and power to your focused intention. Now pause for a moment and imagine what might happen if, beyond merely feeling this force, you could actually learn to see this energy flowing within your own body. Let us now explore that very possibility. How to perceive and unblock your chakras, nadis, and meridians, so that this vital energy can flow with absolute freedom. Once that happens, the entire game of life changes completely. You have likely heard the terms chakras, nadis, and meridians mentioned before, perhaps in passing, perhaps in esoteric texts. But here is the secret that no one ever tells you. This is not just some mystical, abstract theory. It is a tangible, practical map of your energetic anatomy. If you can learn how to read and use this map, you can gain the ability to consciously direct, amplify, and master your own energy. Think of your chakras as powerful spinning energy stations located within the core of your body. Each one of these vortexes governs specific physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of your existence. When they are perfectly balanced and spinning in harmony, you feel an abundance of vitality, clarity, and purpose. Conversely, when they become blocked or imbalanced, they can manifest as physical fatigue, deep mental confusion, or even inexplicable aches and pains. Here is a quick guide to help you identify the main energetic centers. The root chakra, located at the very base of the spine, is deeply connected to your sense of security and stability in the world. If it becomes blocked, it can give rise to pervasive fear and a chronic sense of insecurity. Just below the navel lies the sacral chakra, the vibrant hub of pleasure, creativity, and the entire spectrum of your emotions. A blockage here can lead to a state of crushing apathy or a severe emotional repression. Above the navel, you will find the solar plexus chakra, which is the fiery source of your personal willpower and self-confidence. When this center is misaligned, it can bring about crippling anxiety and a frustrating lack of control over your life. At the center of your chest resides the heart chakra, the radiant nexus of all emotions and the capacity for love. If this beautiful center is blocked, it can result in a painful emotional coldness or a profound difficulty in trusting others. The throat chakra, as its name suggests, is found in the throat and governs all forms of communication and self-expression. A blockage in this area can manifest as a frustrating difficulty in expressing your truth or a deep-seated fear of public speaking. Between your eyebrows is the location of the third eye chakra, which is intimately related to your intuition and your ability to perceive truths beyond the grasp of rational logic. If this center is closed, it makes it incredibly difficult to see beyond the mundane, material world. Finally, at the very top of your head is the crown chakra, which represents your sacred connection to spirituality and a higher purpose. A blockage here can create a desolate sense of disconnection from anything greater than yourself. Now, here is where it becomes truly interesting and practical. You can begin to feel, and with dedicated practice, even visualize these potent energy centers for yourself. If you wish to put this to the test right now, please do the following. Close your eyes and take several slow, deep breaths to center yourself. Choose a single chakra to focus your undivided attention on. For example, let us select the center of your chest, the domain of the heart chakra. Place one of your hands gently over this area and simply pay attention, becoming a silent observer of your own inner world. Do you feel any subtle warmth spreading beneath your palm? Any gentle tingling or a faint, rhythmic pulsation? Any subtle sensation that is even slightly different from the norm? If the answer is yes, then congratulations are in order. For you have just successfully activated your own energy perception. With time and consistent practice, this perception can become as clear and as undeniable as feeling the distinct texture of a physical object in your hand. In addition to these major chakras, there exist the nadis, as understood in the yogic tradition, and the meridians, as mapped in Chinese medicine. You can think of these as intricate energetic highways that connect all of the chakras and distribute vital energy throughout your entire body. The central nadi, known as the Sushumna, can be imagined as the main superhighway, running directly up the length of your spine. The lateral nadis, known as Ida and Pingala, cross over this main road, influencing the delicate balance between your reason and your emotion. The meridians, which are famously utilized in the practice of acupuncture, serve to link specific energy points to the functioning of your internal organs. Do you want a practical, real-world example of this? If you have ever felt a sudden shiver run uncontrollably up and down your spine, that may very well have been your central nadi activating, even if only for a fleeting moment. Making small, conscious adjustments to your daily routine can have a profound effect on unblocking these vital energy channels. Gentle stretching and twisting movements, much like those found in the practice of yoga, are incredibly effective at helping to release blockages within the nadis. Practices such as massage and acupressure, which involve pressing on specific points on the body, can powerfully stimulate the flow of energy. And of course, conscious breathing, as we have already discussed, can literally and powerfully clear out these energetic highways, allowing your life force to flow freely. If you begin to consciously integrate these ancient practices into your daily life, you will undoubtedly start to notice subtle yet profound changes, such as a marked increase in your daily energy levels, a newfound mental clarity, and even a sharpening of your intuition. Now that you have begun the journey of feeling the energy that resides within you, it is time to take this exploration a significant step further. To come to the profound realization of how this invisible force can be tangibly touched, meticulously shaped, and consciously directed by your will. This energy is not confined solely to the inside of your body. It expands ever outward, forming an invisible, radiant field that can be perceived just as tangibly as the comforting warmth of the sun on your skin. A common misconception is that this type of perception is reserved for a select few initiates or mystics. But the truth is that anyone can experience it with the right exercises and a little dedication. To begin this fascinating exploration, start by rubbing your hands together vigorously for a few seconds, continuing until you feel a distinct and pleasant warmth building between your palms. Now, with your eyes gently closed, slowly begin to move your hands apart, focusing all of your attention on the empty space that now lies between them. If you pay incredibly close attention, you will begin to feel something subtle, something ethereal, perhaps like a light, springy resistance or an invisible magnetic field pushing back against your palms. Continue to play with this sensation, bringing your hands closer together and then moving them farther apart, and simply notice how this strange sensation changes and shifts in response to your movement. This is your very first conscious, tangible contact with the force that many ancient traditions have called chi, prana, or simply bioenergy. At first, this perception may feel highly subjective, perhaps even imaginary. But with consistent practice, this sensory awareness will intensify dramatically. Some people who practice this regularly report feeling a distinct, rhythmic pulsation between their hands. Others describe a sensation like fine, crackling electricity running along the tips of their fingers. Some individuals even notice distinct changes in temperature as they consciously move this ball of energy from one point to another. Now, let us try to consciously direct this energy. With your hands held slightly apart, vividly imagine that there is a glowing sphere of energy held between them. Slowly and with intention, try to expand this sphere by moving your palms farther apart, and then gently compress it by bringing them closer together again. If you maintain your focus, you will begin to feel as if this invisible ball has its own palpable density and substance. This powerful exercise is far more than a mere sensory trick. It actively trains your brain to recognize and interact with the subtle energy field that surrounds your physical body. Over time, this perception can become so clear and defined that you will eventually be able to sense the distinct energetic differences in objects, in environments, and even in other people. However, this extraordinary experience is by no means limited to just your hands. In the very same way that you can feel the energy field between your palms, you can also learn to perceive the energy that flows and envelops your entire body. Try a simple experiment. Slowly run your hands near the surface of your arms, your chest, and your legs, without ever directly touching your skin. You may notice that in certain areas, you feel a sense of resistance, a tingling sensation, or even a patch of subtle warmth. These variations are significant, as they indicate points where your energy is denser, more concentrated, or flowing in a different manner. Some people who practice this describe the experience as if they were touching something entirely invisible, like a magnetic field that shifts and warps as they move their hands through it. This practice, while appearing deceptively simple, has an impact that goes far beyond mere sensation. The more you train this perceptual faculty, the more exquisitely sensitive you become, until you begin to notice the subtle, energetic nuances in absolutely everything around you. This newfound awareness will fundamentally change how you interact with both people and places. All of a sudden, you will realize with startling clarity that some people seem to drain your energy, while others naturally energize and uplift you. You will perceive that certain environments feel undeniably heavy and oppressive, while others bring an immediate sense of lightness and peace. That which once seemed utterly inexplicable and random now begins to make perfect and profound sense. You are finally tuning in to the subtle vibrations that have always been there, surrounding you at every moment, but which had previously gone completely unnoticed. Now that you have begun the fascinating process of perceiving energy, it is time to learn how to consciously direct it. Merely feeling the presence of the subtle field that surrounds your hands and body is just the first step on a much longer journey. True and lasting transformation occurs when you learn how to actively manipulate this flow, using the focused power of your mind and your unwavering intention. What very few people ever realize is that they already do this on a completely unconscious level every single day. When you instinctively place your hand over a painful area of your body, or when you feel a sudden, inexplicable urge to step away from someone whose presence feels heavy and draining, or when an intense, focused gaze from another person gives you inexplicable chills. These are all natural manifestations of your own energy field actively interacting with the world around you. The guiding principle behind this phenomenon is elegantly simple. Wherever your attention goes, your energy inevitably follows. This profound truth means that if you can learn to master the direction of your focus, you can effectively channel your own energy wherever you so choose. Close your eyes for a moment and choose a single specific point on your body, such as the palm of your hand or the very center of your chest. Take a single, deep breath, and as you do, bring all of your awareness to that chosen area. Imagine a small, radiant glow beginning to form there, like a tiny, brilliant point of light. With each subsequent inhalation, visualize this light expanding, pulsating with ever greater intensity and brilliance. Now, deliberately shift your focus to another part of your body and simply notice how the sensation of energy changes and follows your attention. You have just successfully manipulated pure energy using nothing more than the power of your own mind. While it may seem incredibly simple, this is the fundamental, core principle behind learning to direct and amplify your personal energy field. Now, let us apply this very same idea to the hand exercise we practiced earlier. Return to the experience of feeling the ball of energy between your palms. But this time, instead of just passively feeling its presence, actively try to shape and mold it. Vividly imagine it expanding into a radiant sphere of pure light, a sphere that you can compress or enlarge with nothing more than the power of your focused intention. If you wish to intensify this powerful exercise even further, try rotating this invisible ball between your hands, as if you were molding a piece of invisible, energetic clay. Some people notice that as they perform this rotational movement, the sensation of energetic resistance becomes tangibly stronger and more defined. This practice serves to strengthen your ability to consciously and deliberately interact with energy. And over time, it will become an incredibly powerful tool that can be used for a wide variety of purposes. From boosting your own vitality and harmonizing the energy of spaces, to subtly and positively influencing the fabric of your own reality. But this energy does not have to remain stagnant, held in one place. Just as the blood circulates continuously throughout your physical body, this subtle energy flow can also be consciously directed and distributed to wherever it is needed most. To test this for yourself, position one hand near the other as if you were about to send a stream of energy from one to the other. Now, imagine a brilliant flow of pure light moving from your projecting palm to your receiving palm. Your intention is the single most important and determining factor in this process. The more you are able to concentrate on this energetic transmission, the stronger and more palpable the sensation will become. This is the foundational first step in learning how to effectively channel energy. Whether it is for your own benefit, to charge an object, or even to send healing energy to another person. Now, take a moment to consider the profound impact that this practice could have on your daily life. If your personal energy can indeed be shaped and directed at will, it logically follows that you can directly influence your own emotional state and even the vibrational quality of the environments you inhabit. If you find yourself in a place that feels heavy or negative, you can learn the skills to energetically cleanse it. If you feel depleted and drained, you can learn to revitalize and recharge your own energy field. If you wish to connect more deeply and authentically with another person, you can learn to consciously extend your energy towards them in a gesture of openness and peace. But before we begin to explore these exciting practical applications, there is something absolutely essential that you must first learn: the critical importance of energetic cleansing and protection. Just as a pristine river can be polluted by impurities, your personal energy field can also accumulate negative and detrimental influences over the course of time. And if you do not know how to effectively purify yourself of these influences, you risk carrying an invisible, heavy burden without ever even realizing it. Now that you have embarked on the journey of perceiving and manipulating your own energy, it is absolutely essential to learn how to properly protect and maintain it. Because energy is in a constant state of movement and interaction, it can, and often is, influenced by a multitude of external factors. Energetically heavy environments, people who are wrestling with dense and difficult emotions, your own repetitive negative thoughts, and even places that have a dark or traumatic history can all leave tangible imprints upon your personal energy field. The core of the problem is that most people are completely unaware of when they are being energetically affected in this way. Have you ever left a seemingly normal conversation feeling completely drained and exhausted for no apparent reason? Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt a palpable heaviness hanging in the air? This happens because energy has the ability to accumulate and transfer. And if you do not know how to effectively neutralize these external influences, you may very well end up carrying an invisible, heavy weight without ever consciously realizing it. The first and most accessible method for protecting and cleansing your energy is through the simple act of conscious breathing. This may sound overly simplistic, but it remains one of the single most effective methods for releasing accumulated energetic buildup. Take a slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, vividly visualize any dense, heavy energy leaving your body in the form of dark smoke that simply dissolves into the air. When this exercise is performed with focused intention, it can have an almost immediate and positive effect on your personal vibration. If you wish to intensify this cleansing effect, you can combine this breathing technique with a physical sweeping motion. Simply move your hands all over your body, keeping them a few inches from your skin, as if you were physically clearing away an invisible layer of energetic dust from your aura. This simple gesture helps to redistribute the energy in your field and can effectively eliminate minor blockages. Another incredibly powerful technique is to take a dedicated energy cleansing bath. Water itself has a natural, inherent ability to absorb and carry away dense and stagnant energies. And when it is combined with certain specific elements, its cleansing effect is dramatically amplified. Taking baths with herbs such as rosemary and lavender can be incredibly helpful in restoring your energetic balance. Coarse salt is particularly well known for its potent ability to neutralize negative energetic charges. As you take a bath with coarse salt, hold the powerful intention and visualization that all of the accumulated energetic grime is being thoroughly washed away from you, disappearing harmlessly down the drain. When this simple ritual is performed on a regular basis, it can help to keep your energy field much cleaner and significantly lighter. However, Simply cleansing your energy is not always enough. You also need to learn how to create a form of energetic protection to prevent external influences from interfering with your sense of balance in the first place. One of the most common and effective methods for this is the visualization of a shield of pure light. To do this, close your eyes, take a deep, centering breath, and begin to imagine a brilliant, impenetrable sphere of light completely surrounding you. This protective sphere can be golden, a vibrant blue, or a pure, dazzling white. Whatever color feels most right and powerful for you. The most important aspect of this practice is to visualize this energetic barrier growing stronger and more solid with each breath you take, effectively preventing any negative or unwanted influence from entering your personal space. With consistent practice, this visualized shield will become a natural and automatic reflection of your own state of consciousness, acting as a powerful energetic filter as you go about your daily life. Another potent form of energetic protection is the practice of grounding. Very often, what we perceive as energetic heaviness is simply an excess of unreleased electrical charge that has accumulated in the body. Being disconnected from the natural energy of the earth can cause this energy to become stuck, which can lead to feelings of fatigue and a pervasive sense of being overloaded. To resolve this issue, you simply need to reconnect yourself to the earth's vast and stabilizing natural field. The simple act of walking barefoot on the grass, touching a living tree, or even just sitting on the ground for a few minutes can help your body to release this excess energy and restore a state of natural balance. Understand that protecting and cleansing your energy is not some new age luxury. It is an absolute necessity. The more you develop your energetic sensitivity, the more keenly aware you will become of the myriad influences that surround you at all times. This also means, however, that you will become more vulnerable to these influences if you do not know how to maintain a state of energetic balance. Now, it is time for us to go a step further still. Simply neutralizing or repelling dense vibrations is not always enough to ensure your well-being. True energetic mastery is achieved when you learn how to actively transmute these energies. This means learning how to convert any negative influence into something positive and constructive, effectively using the force of that challenging energy to your own advantage. What many people fail to realize is that energy, in its most essential form, is neither inherently good nor bad. It simply is. What ultimately defines the effect that any energy has upon you is the state that it is in, and more importantly, how you choose to direct it. The first crucial step in the process of transmutation is developing a state of keen awareness. The next time you feel an energetic weight on your chest, a palpable tension in your head, or any other uncomfortable, energetic sensation, instead of immediately trying to push it away or get rid of it, simply stop and observe it without judgment. Ask yourself, where did this energy come from? What specific emotion or situation may have generated it? Very often, what we label as negative energy is nothing more than an accumulation of our own repressed emotions or unresolved mental patterns. Instead of fighting against these uncomfortable sensations, try to accept their presence and then consciously redirect them. One of the most effective and powerful ways to transmute dense energy is by working with the solar plexus, the major energy center located just above your navel. This particular chakra functions as a kind of internal alchemical cauldron, a place where raw emotions and untamed forces can be effectively processed and transformed into something new. To activate it, focus all of your attention on this area and visualize a brilliant golden flame burning brightly, incinerating any stagnant or negative energy it touches. Imagine this sacred flame refining and purifying everything within you that no longer serves your highest good, converting any and all heaviness into pure, vital energy. As you continue to breathe deeply and rhythmically, visualize this golden light expanding throughout your entire being, bringing with it a profound sense of lightness and freedom. to your energetic field. Another potent technique for transmutation involves the use of color visualization. Energy naturally exists in a vast spectrum of different frequencies, and the colors we perceive are simply representations of these vibrational variations. If you find yourself dealing with dense and difficult emotions, such as anger, fear, or sadness, try visualizing a soothing, violet light completely surrounding your body. For centuries, this particular color has been used in a wide variety of spiritual practices for its powerful purification and transmutation properties. If, on the other hand, you wish to transform a state of deep fatigue or stagnation into one of vibrant vitality, visualize a brilliant golden or pure white light flowing through your entire body, completely reconfiguring your energetic field for the better. But this powerful practice of transmutation does not have to be a purely internal process. You can also apply these principles to the environment around you. Have you ever noticed how certain places seem to carry a palpably heavy and oppressive atmosphere? Instead of just passively feeling that weight and being affected by it, you can learn to actively change it. One very simple and effective way to do this is by using sound as a tool for energetic realignment. Specific sounds, such as chanted mantras, the resonant tones of Tibetan singing bowls, and even certain binaural frequencies, have the scientifically proven power to shift the vibrational frequency of a physical space. If you want to try something even more direct and personal, try chanting a single, continuous sound, such as a prolonged Om, and simply notice how the vibration of your own voice resonates not only within your own body, but also throughout the surrounding space. The most important thing to remember about the art of energetic transmutation is that you are always the agent of change. Instead of being a passive victim, helplessly influenced by your environment or the external emotions of others, you can learn to consciously direct and transform any vibration you encounter. This ultimately means that no situation has the power to drag you down, and no negative influence has any power over you, so long as you know how to effectively reorganize your own internal energy. Now that you have come to understand the fundamental principles of the perception, manipulation, and transmutation of energy, it is time to explore the various tools that can further enhance and accelerate your practice. The conscious use of specific crystals, sounds, and symbols, when they are applied correctly and with clear intention, can significantly accelerate your connection to the subtle field, powerfully amplify your intentions, and even create tangible protective and balancing energy fields around you. Crystals are one of the most accessible and consistently effective tools for anyone wishing to work with energy. Each type of crystal possesses a unique and highly stable atomic structure, which in turn influences the way that energy is organized and flows around it. Clear quartz, for example, is widely known as a natural and powerful energy amplifier and can be used to intensify the effect of any intentional practice you engage in. Amethyst is a crystal that helps to purify and elevate vibration, making it an ideal companion for meditation or for dissolving negative mental patterns. Black obsidian is a stone that acts as a potent energetic shield, absorbing dense and negative influences before they have a chance to affect your personal field. To experience this for yourself in a practical way, simply hold a chosen crystal in your hand while you meditate and carefully observe any changes in sensation that may occur, such as a spreading warmth, a gentle tingling, or a distinct energetic pulsation. Over time, you will come to notice that each and every crystal has its own unique and recognizable energetic signature. Symbols are another powerful key that can be used to access the deeper layers of energy manipulation. Since the dawn of time, cultures all across the world have used sacred sigils, ancient runes, and the principles of sacred geometry to channel and direct energy with incredible precision. The reason for their effectiveness is that the subconscious mind responds to symbolic language directly, without needing any kind of rational explanation or logical filter. A single, simple mark, when charged with intention, can function as a powerful energetic command, capable of reprogramming your personal vibration or directing a specific and desired flow of energy. If you would like to test this powerful tool for yourself, take a moment to draw a personal symbol, something that for you represents a powerful intention or a cherished goal. Carry this symbol with you, or visualize it clearly in your mind's eye during your meditation practice. Over time, you will begin to notice that it becomes a potent, energetic anchor, a quick and reliable access point to specific states of mind, such as deep focus, powerful protection, or spiritual expansion. It is crucial to remember that the true power of these tools does not lie within the physical objects themselves, but rather in how you choose to use them. They are not magical solutions or mystical shortcuts, but rather powerful amplifiers of the abilities that you already possess. If your intention is clear and unwavering, and if your practice is dedicated and consistent, then crystals, sounds, and symbols can become powerful extensions of your own energy field, elevating your level of perception and your degree of influence over the reality that unfolds around you. The art of energy manipulation is not solely a matter of subtle perception or focused mental intention. The physical body itself plays an absolutely crucial role in this entire process. Energy flows through the vessel of your body just as surely as blood runs through your veins. And there are certain physical movements that can unblock, strengthen, and direct this vital flow much more effectively. Ancient and time-honored practices such as Tai Chi, Qigong, and various forms of energy yoga have been meticulously developed over centuries for the express purpose of balancing and amplifying the circulation of this life force energy. What all of these diverse techniques have in common is the understanding of a fundamental principle: that energy requires movement in order to expand, and that the physical body, when it is used correctly and with awareness, becomes the perfect channel for this powerful force. One of the single most effective ways to activate this internal flow is a technique known as the microcosmic orbit, a practice which is found in various forms in numerous ancient energy traditions. To experience this for yourself, sit with your spine perfectly straight and allow your shoulders to completely relax. Close your eyes and focus all of your undivided attention on the base of your spine, the area where your root chakra is located. As you take a long, slow inhale, imagine a current of warm energy rising up your spine, passing sequentially through your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, your heart, and your throat, finally reaching the very top of your head at the crown chakra. Then, as you slowly exhale, visualize this same current of energy descending down the front of your body, passing through your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, and your sacral chakra, before finally returning to the base of your spine where it began. Repeat this complete cycle for several minutes, and simply notice how the sensation of energy circulation begins to intensify with each repetition. With consistent practice over time, this powerful exercise can unblock even the most stubborn, subtle channels and create a constant and abiding sense of profound vitality. If energy can indeed be shaped and molded within your own body and then directed outward into the world, it logically follows that it can also be used to consciously influence the reality you experience. Everything that exists in the material world began first as a simple thought, and every single thought you have carries its own distinct energetic field. The fundamental difference between those who merely wish for something to happen and those who are able to actually manifest their deepest intentions lies in how they learn to channel this creative energy to transform an abstract desire into an active, living force. The ultimate key to this profound process is what is known as thought form energy. Every single one of your intentions first takes form in the energetic field before it can ever become a physical reality. If you truly wish to manifest something in your life, you must begin by creating a crystal clear mental image of what it is that you desire. But you must go far beyond mere visualization. You must bring the power of genuine emotion into that mental image, feeling with every fiber of your being as if your desire is already a present reality. Emotion is the potent fuel for the engine of manifestation, and the sheer intensity of your feeling is what determines the strength of the energy you generate. Now, you must direct this powerfully charged intention to a specific anchor point. This anchor could be a physical object, a personal symbol, a special crystal, or even a simple daily gesture that will serve as a constant and potent reminder of your intention. Every single time that you interact with this chosen anchor point, you must consciously reinforce the energetic charge of that intention, pouring more feeling and focus into it. This dedicated practice creates a powerful vibrational field that immediately begins to attract people, resources, and circumstances that are perfectly aligned with what you desire to create. The profound and lifelong process of learning about energy never truly ends. Every single experience you have feeds this ever-unfolding path, bringing with it new and deeper levels of perception and mastery. The true master is not one who knows everything, but rather one who understands with deep humility that there is always infinitely more to explore. This sacred knowledge is not some final endpoint, but rather a luminous gateway to a world of infinite and breathtaking possibilities. Now that you have journeyed this far and have been given these keys, the ultimate question remains: what will you do with this incredible power? This energy has always been at your disposal, a birthright patiently waiting to be awakened and claimed. What happens next in the grand story of your life depends entirely on the choice that you make now. If you are truly ready to go further, to completely transform your reality from the inside out, and to access an entirely new level of perception, then you have already taken the most important first step toward the complete mastery of yourself.